Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Volcata in Cooking Simulator VR. Today we are going to resume on day 5, and a couple of things real quick. Checking the settings. Last episode I mentioned concerns about copyrighted music. Unfortunately, there are no apparent settings to disable copyright music, so we're just going to kind of go by the seat of our pants. One cool thing I did discover, however, is, I've had problems here with, like I said, right here is the floor. And I know that from your perspective, it's kind of hard to see depth, but this is a good 5 inches from the floorboards. There is a button for crouch. And if I hit it, come on. As you can tell, it's not necessarily that. There we go. Okay, so it's the down button. So now I can crouch like this, which will allow me to get to the ground, which is pretty cool. Alright, so that's going to be it for the intro. You guys know the deal. Let's hop in and start day 5. Alright, day 5. The big ol' 5 on there. Prep phase. I don't know that we need to really do anything preparational. Oh, I wanted to check over here because remember we needed beetroots. Okay, so it looks like it added everything automatically, so there's nothing we have to do in regards to the new recipe that we had, the borscht. So that's good. Everything cleaned up. Looks like there's a little smudge over there. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's take this over a little closer to... Oh, I wonder, did we just do this? Hey! Alright! Found a place for that. I'm sure that that will be completely convenient when I actually need to put food on it. Let's try to keep knocking that over. Oh! Alright. Okay, so... Again, alright, so we're going to get the Critic exam again today. Hopefully this time we can do better, and we're going to make an effort to do all the seasoning and whatnot off of the cooking pan or whatever it is that we're using, to see if that helps mitigate them complaining about there being too much seasoning. And having the sunflower oil over here really worked out for me yesterday, because I'm not carrying containers from there over to here with the liquid sloshing around in them. So I think it's a lot better having it, I might find a space over here to put them, because in fact, you know what, that's exactly what we're going to do, because we use this typically on pans, right? That way we're not moving around a container that can spill. But let's skip the prep. We're gonna get inspected. Whoa, we're getting inspected today? Maybe I should clean up that little spot. I can... I'm suddenly paranoid. That pot looks like it could, or a pan looks like it could use a little bit of cleaning. Alright. Let's get to business. About 3 hours. Alright, so it's 11 o'clock based on that. I'm guessing that's in-game time. And the brand new thing. Wow, 1,000 milliliters of chicken broth. Alright, well, let's get on it. I don't know if there's 1,000 milliliters in here. No, there isn't. So you know what? I feel like 1,000 milliliters is exactly the amount of broth in one of those containers. So why don't we just buy a whole one and dump it? broth. So let's... yeah, alright, so it is. It's exactly one container. Well, this should be fairly simple to measure out. Alright. I was gonna throw that away, but who knows, maybe we'll make a collection. Alright, salt, pepper. You know what? I don't want to carry that, but this pot's a lot easier to carry than a pan that has a liquid in it, so it should be fairly safe. "20 grams of salt, 20 grams of pepper. Gotta remember to watch the container, not the pouring thing. Alright. This is a really simple recipe. I mean, all we gotta do is boil it. So 600 grams of beetroot. Doesn't look like they come in. So it's 120. Oh, 240. 360. 480. Alright. 600. 120 grams of onion. So, 1 onion. 70 carrot. So basically this is all beetroot. Parsley root. Is that this? 80 grams. And just boil for 120. Alright. A nice simple recipe. For, let's see, 120 seconds is what, right? So, 2 minutes. Alright, let's make sure they didn't ambush us with another... Nope. It's our first fully emptied container. I feel like we should save it. Like we used a full thing. Nope. All right, I'm kind of eyeballing this over here to make sure that, you know, another recipe doesn't pop up on it. I know there was a sound the first time, but I heard the sound, but didn't pay attention to it because I didn't know what it was. The first time when we got 2 recipes, and since I wasn't paying attention to it, didn't know what it was, I don't know that I would recognize it automatically again. So I kind of want to eyeball the board. That carrot really doesn't... Let's just leave it all on there. This feels like we're not really... It's just a blended or something. Alright, we're going to need a deep plate, which I believe is that thing right there. Nope. I need a better place to put this too. Or just leave it on its side. That's interesting. So we can see the heat of... Does it mean the onion is overheating? Alright, here comes the trick. Alright, 300 milliliters. Ooh. Put our hand over this so we can kind of see the... Alright, well, they got a little extra with it. Assuming that I don't spill it all over the floor. Oh, this is not gonna... At least walking with the controller is very smooth. Oh. Alright, well, it's a good thing we had more than 300 on there because it didn't all make it. Sweet! Perfect! Excellent. Technique. Wrong amount. Oh, because it was a little extra. Just don't eat it all then. I really want to mop up all of that, but... Oh, lovely. The Critic came back for pork again, the one thing we haven't mastered yet. Alright, lady. Get on my way. So, let's get our pork chops. We'll put it on, make sure there's, right, nothing on the board. Pressure's on to get this right for once. Alright, come on, get... Thank you. At least this one isn't gyrating around the... Well, again, maybe it is. Well, it really doesn't help having these guys pop up. 4 milligrams, or 4 grams of salt and pepper. Give me the reading on the actual... Okay. And time, right? Yeah. Alright, so this is exact as it's gonna get. And we're gonna want 2 potatoes. Let's see if we can get away with carrying them on the board. Alright, we're gonna need the pan. Oh, right. We're gonna try... Remember this time we said we're gonna try to put the stuff in first. This way it doesn't get on the pork chop. Alright, we're 2 milliliters over. I'm leaving that hoping that somebody will order another one. Nope. And we said 90 seconds. Try not to slip on all the stuff I spilled. Okay. So the board isn't showing any seasoning on it, so I don't need to wash it off. Although we need 6 grams. So do we need 6 grams of salt on both of them? Okay. I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna try, I guess, 3 grams of each. Because it says 6 grams on 300. So that should be 3 grams per potato. And we want them in 50 gram chunks. So 3 ways on each one of them. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to get that right. So I want to get off center, I guess. I'd be nervous about this if it wasn't the Critic. Okay, that's actually what I wanted, right? 52 grams, great. This time we're gonna remember to cook that on both sides. All right, so that was almost exactly, I'm gonna back up away from the wall here, almost exactly what we wanted. So cutting this one in half. That's not very half-like. Yes, this is working out so well. You know what? He's just gonna have to live with as close as we're gonna get. All right. Transfer to baking tray. Cook for 80 seconds. Yeah. All right. Try to get no food on the floor. Seconds. I turned down the sounds just a little bit because of that. It doesn't sound like it's made much of a difference, to be honest. Alright. So we want to get a plate. Trying to stay away from that side of the room because of how loud that is. Alright, let's try the crouch grab. That worked out real well. I'm just gonna drag it on over. Oop, oop, oop. Should we really be dumping this down there? Alright, stop hitting the... You know, they may not be exactly 50 grams a piece, but they look pretty good to me. We have just under 3 minutes left. I know he's been complaining about that big potato. I just know that if I slide these off, one of them going to go straight into the trash. All right. Man, that looks like a lot of potato. I mean, it shows 6 chunks, right? And that's the way the math works. All right, so I guess we'll go do the preview thing. Don't drop anything. All right, let's see what the critic's going to tell us. All right, serve that dish. Haha, we did it! We figured it out. Nice, we got our fame star. Haha. Yeah, we knew he wouldn't be happy with the cutting, but you know what? Tough. You know, I'm wondering if I had thrown a whole one in there in the cutting thing, if it would have gone into three pieces. The first time we tried it out, we'd already split the potato. Oh, I am so excited! I mean, it's 5 stars right down the line on our trouble, you know, recipe. All right, I'm not sure what those sounds are. All right, good. They gave us a big trout. Nice, simple kind of wind down. Whew. Let's cutting board's clean. So let's get our big trout and I gotta figure out what the watch is about. I mean, is that the temperature in the room? All right, pepper, thyme, dill. I'm still reeling from the success of that last dish. I'm having trouble focusing. That was our white whale. We implemented all the theories all at once, and knocked it out of the park. I'm just so ecstatic. All right, so we want to cook both, and then we'll come back for the horseradish, and we'll grab the lemon at the same time. "90 seconds. Get a little bit better at working with that interface there. All right, let's get the horseradish and bring it back. And the lemon. I'll tell you, this game has gotten so much easier with the toggle to hold setting. I mean, I don't drop anything. We need to cut this. Son, chop. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're getting this down. This is why I didn't bother buying that perk for the slow motion cutting. Of course, I say that out confident, like, you know, like there isn't going to be some advanced something later on. Skinning a fish or something. Go and grab our parsley. And we don't have to. We have a little bit of breathing room on the cooking stuff because, you know, we took the slow burn, I think, still. You know, 2 times longer for them to burn. Just giving us a little bit of breathing room. Alright, I'm not forgetting anything, right? Just throw everything on a plate. Yeah, just throw everything on a plate. 3 minutes to go, yeah. We're rocking. Oh. Alright. Let's do the crouch, grab, crouch. You're gonna be pros in no time. Alright. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but I do not like seafood. This does not look appealing to me. I don't know, I guess I just don't want to recognize my food staring back at me. 5 grams of horse... Okay, so let's do this. I need to grab... I just heard a pop, and I wonder if that was another rest... I'm trying to grab... Thank you. Okay. I don't want to get the horseradish to cross-pollinate, you know. So... We're trying to keep things separate while we're seasoning. That just looks terrible. Let's flip that over. On top of the fact that it already just doesn't look appealing. Come on. Trying to grab the individual lemons so that the fish will rest on the plate and not fall off when I'm carrying it. Okay, there we go. Drop one on his eye so we don't have it staring up at us. Ooh. Hey! There's a trophy! Okay, it's interesting. Whoa! Wall came running at us. It's interesting we can only analyze one a day. I mean, I'm sure this is gonna be good anyway. Alright! Excellent. We just crushed it today. We are quickly on our way to getting away from my real wall. I don't know where we want to put this. Put it up here. I spend a lot of time over here, right? Okay, we got a lot to clean up. Boy, do we have a lot to clean. All right, let's get the... I was gonna get the mop, but... So do we pour this out and then dump the rest in the trash? Get out of the way. It's like such a waste. Okay, that's not cleaning. Ah! That was a glass table that you probably just heard me crash into quite loudly. Yes, I have a glass table in the same room as my VR. Makes a lot of good sense, doesn't it? Alright. Let's turn that off. Alright. How much time we got left? 32 seconds. We gotta get the mop. We gotta get this cleaned up. It said something about an inspection, but I don't know if that's just the Critic that we're talking about. Okay. Scanning for any more messes that we made. Whoa. Time's running out! Well, hopefully that'll put it away for me as opposed to it just being on the floor when we come back. Alright! I'm just so stoked. I feel like I shouldn't be so excited, but I am. Give me my hand thingy. Give me a pointer. I want to point at this to see if he had something to say. Who's that guy? That's not the... It's not Mater D? Yeah. Alright, so we made... I mean, it doesn't seem like a huge profit, but we made a profit. I don't even know how much money we have. I don't remember seeing a screen that showed how much money we have. Probably there's a screen on the PC that tells us. But as long as we keep having a positive income, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wow, we gained 2 levels. And a new perk. And a new decoration available that we are not going to spend money on until we know how much money we have. Excellent. Excellent. So we have a perk. I just don't know. Um, we're not going to worry about the unbreakable things now that we've solved our grabbing problem. The faster feet might be nice to have. We don't have a fancy enough dish yet for the thermal vision to, for us to run into a situation where we think that might be useful, but it still sounds so useful. We still haven't had something they call a daily quest yet, so I don't yet know. It's probably going to be an advanced challenge, once we get better. Boy, I don't really know. So this is going to be, I'm guessing, for cleaning. I wish I could take a poll on what we should take, but this isn't a live stream, so I can't. I'm leaning towards fast feet just because I don't think any of these really, you know, we're we haven't, we're getting the cutting down. I mean, it's a little awkward, but the slow motion cutting wouldn't help us for what we're doing currently. I don't want to reduce the requirements for the critic. I don't think I'll ever take that. Maybe I will eventually, but I feel like that should be the challenge. So we'll see. Maybe they'll come up every day or two and cause us to lose fame or something. Who knows? But I think we're just going to go with fast feet so we can run around a little bit quicker. And I think that's going to be it. Hold trigger to freeze items in place while cutting. That probably wouldn't be too bad. I'm guessing that means, like, if I've dropped, or like I've got the knife in my hand, right? Because that's the grip on the sides. The trigger doesn't do anything with the knife. So probably holding the knife keeps it from flopping whatever we're cutting. And if we had a long thing that we had to cut, along, that would probably keep it in place, like as if we were holding it with our hand. So that's probably what that means. We're still not, we're probably going to run into a bunch of new recipes now that we have a new fame. So maybe this will be our next thing to take. But for now, we're just going to go with fast feet because we run around the place a fair amount. And if I'm understanding that right, that means instead of just going around on the thumb pad, I need to push down on it. So we're going to go with it. 8 skill points. I don't think we've got any new. Let's scroll to the bottom, see if there's any new skills that showed up. Nope. We haven't had any problem with stuff getting cold before we serve it. So maybe we run out a little bit of cleaning time. If we stop making a mess, we wouldn't have a problem with that. I can't wait to see these gourmet. That might be, there was I can't show you here. There was an icon in the top left corner of the recipe that I had made a mention of that I didn't understand what it meant. Maybe it's indicating the type of order it is. So maybe it'll be a different picture for gourmet. But let's go cheaper liquids because we have a recipe now that eats an entire bottle of a liquid, and I think it was the most expensive liquid, right? The broth. So let's grab that. And I think we're just going to go ahead and get ourselves a income boost because this will help us get, at the very least, get us to where we get more. opportunities to buy like decorations. So I'd like to start decorating the place. We have 5 points left. Let's go ahead and grab a CP boost. I don't think we really need it, but we can reset our recipes or our skills later. And let's go ahead and grab a cleaning phase upgrade. And we'll sit on 3 points for now. Oh, choose recipe. So I wonder if this is like a free reward or if it's costing us. I feel like this is just trying to push us to buy the recipes, even though we could go over there and buy them anyway. Gazpacho, duck broth, simple chicken, pumpkin stew. That's interesting. Chicken leg, pumpkin into pieces. It doesn't tell us how many pieces. So, and then we have to fry it a couple of times. It doesn't look like it's that difficult to make. This one's a lot. Oh, we can blend it too. In the food processor. So that'd give us a new thing to learn. Do we own a food processor? Is that the... No, yeah, maybe. Because we have that thing in the corner, but I thought that was a blender. Wow, this is going to have a lot to go with it. See, here's the symbol I was talking about. I don't know what that is. Oh, so this is going to be another one like the potatoes, where we have to try to get in the ballpark of the cutting. Oh, now this one right here says I probably should have taken that perk for the cutting. All right, so we're gonna hold off on this one and maybe get that perk on our next level up. This really sounded good to me. Just maybe it's because I'm hungry while I'm playing, which is probably not a good idea. But this one sounded more challenging. Let's grab this one. There's a lot more going on with it. I think we're learning pretty fast. And we cleared the critic, so he won't be here in day 6. So that's going to be it for day 5, and apparently our cleaning or mop is over there on the ground. So thank you very much for coming back and watching this episode. I mean, this was our best day. I don't even know what my thumbnail is going to be. I didn't drop food on the ground, and I didn't leave anything raw. I might have to make a positive thumbnail. So, like it if you like. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you're enjoying it, if you've got any suggestions, whatever. Just, great to hear from people. And, if you're enjoying the series, then throw me a subscribe if you feel like it, if you haven't already. But thanks again for hanging out with me. I hope to see you throughout the rest of this season and or this series. I'm also a Minecraft player, so seasons. For the rest of the series and at least tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching.